person is taking a nap, and I'm like, why not shoot a YouTube video? So there's been like a few topics on my mind that I've been wanting to discuss, and it all kind of just revolves around being a mom. So I thought, why not call this Mommy Chat? Even though you guys can't talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you. And I just want to talk about some of the things that, like, being a new mom, experiencing certain things, and just some of the stuff, I guess, like, I don't want to say taboo, but just some of the things that nobody talks about that needs to be discussed. And not in a way like informational, but just in a way where life just kind of hits you and you're like, let me fix this camera real quick. There we go. All right, because these angles in this hair still giving me life, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's my first time trying to wash and go. So just some things that nobody like talks about, like, you know, you go through pregnancy, you go through birth, which is an awesome experience. It is awesome. And then you have this kid, and it's amazing and it's wonderful, but then there's you, just you as an individual and as a mom, and the things that you just go through that nobody talks about. So today's topic is postpartum life. Now, this is, I guess it can be kind of broken down because postpartum life can go into so many different directions. You have postpartum health and mental health with postpartum depression, and then and being aware of that, and even just talking about that. So I think I'll do something on that. It needs to be an environment where it's okay to struggle with certain things, because it's life. This is life. This is what happens. A lot of women deal with it and they don't say anything. But this more so is just like what nobody told me to expect. Okay, so I chose to have my child without any drugs. It was an empowering experience. You know, anybody that knows me knows that I get my nerd on. Like, I like to research stuff. I like to find out the facts, know what to expect. And so I was reading all types of things. I was reading about you know, what aftercare, how to do things, what could possibly happen, what could go wrong, building a birth plan, all of those things. I was like, okay, what do I need? And I'm just gonna get straight to it. One of my biggest concerns was my gooch tearing, okay?
Just think about it, you'd be like, ah!
Or the proper term for gooch is perennial, I think. This is Mommy and Me Chat. So if you ain't a mommy, or if you don't want to hear mommy stuff, then just get it, step in. You know, some women were like, oh, if you do this, or if you massage with coconut oil and do certain exercises, and you won't tear, and if you push a certain way, and things are gonna be okay. But it's like, I've never had a kid before, so number one,
I don't even know what to expect with labor. How the heck am I gonna be able to focus enough to make sure that when I'm pushing, my gooch doesn't just rip, you know?
So I was looking around and I was like, well, you know what, I just have a feeling that, you know, this could possibly happen to me, so I'm just gonna prepare for it. So I started looking up stuff on Pinterest. I learned about pad sickles. I grabbed a bunch of like crazy stupid long pads, those cute little ones that you get, like, oh no, you buy Kotex is not good enough, okay? It's not, because people talk about it, how you're gonna bleed, but they don't tell you how crazily you're gonna bleed and everything else that's gonna be going on down there. It's just like not heard of. Like, I've seen some people, like, they'll be like, oh, you know, you might go through this, or by the way, da da da, but it's like, nah, nobody talks about it. So I got everything. I had the aloe vera gel. I was just making sure that I had everything. And the funny thing is, my mom, who's had 7 of us, she pushed out all of us, didn't have a C-section, and she didn't have a problem with like tears like that. Like, she me like, oh, you're not gonna need that, you're gonna be fine, Brianna, da da da. And I just had like all this stuff. Like, I was pregnant. I bought, you know, the granny panties.
I bought granny panties. Yes, you are going to need granny panties. Like, just get cute underwear out of your head. Cute ain't gonna bring you comfort, okay?
And comfort is what you're gonna need after you done pushed your kid out. So I would've got me some granny panties, got me some pads. I got witch hazel, dermaplast. I read, do not get the red cap, you have to get the blue cap. And that was so hard finding the blue cap one. I was looking at Target, I looked at Walmart, and I couldn't find it. Everywhere they had the red cap, and the red cap has like, I don't know, like some type of alcohol or something in it that they were like, if you spray your area down there, you're going to burn. Like, it's going to be horrible. And I know that they'll give you stuff at the hospital as well, but I just wanted to be well stocked. I got some Tux because I was not playing. I had hemorrhoid cream because...
Yeah, hemorrhoids. I said it. Hemorrhoids. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just talk about that. It's just horrible. Not a fun experience. Like, I think, like, it's like, okay, hemorrhoids, gooch tear, and then, like, I had them both, like, boom. Your first crap, yo, I was, like, on the toilet, like, I'm about to die. like you thought that pushing the kid out was hard? You're gonna be like, oh, my life. My life. You have one of the moments where you just be like,
Lord, if you could just help me through this, I would do anything.
I had it all. Stool softener, and they give you some pain pills from the doctor. So I mean at the hospital. So I took those, and I had some, so just in case, you know, I ran out of the other ones and I was still going through some stuff. Nobody sits back and says like, oh, by the way, your gooch might tear. So learn how to make some padsicles.
What?
Hold on. What did you say? You know, you catch me at gooch first, like, and then you say I need to make padsicles. What are those? Nobody sits down and says like, hey, you push this kid out, your stomach's not gonna go back to being flat. No matter how many times you see it in TV, with celebrities, they got money to do some type of crazy stuff where they don't gotta worry about that stuff. But you're a real person. And your body doesn't snap back like that. I mean, unless you're like extremely fit. I've seen it where like women weeks later, they're just, you know, see, like I couldn't even tell the color of my underwear. Like, I bought colorful underwear, colorful granny panties, because you know, you're gonna need granny panties, right? So I was like, well, if they're gonna be granny panties, at least they can be like rainbow colored and different things like that. Like, no, when you're sitting down, because your stomach is still so just like bleh from having a kid and stretched out, that you can't tell the color of the underwear that you're wearing. Like, it's pointless. Like, they should just be like,
nah, Brianna, just get the regular ugly ones, because you're not even gonna be able to tell. I will look down and I have to like lift my stomach up, like, yo, oh, okay.
Or breastfeeding, like your nipples are gonna be crazy sore. You know what mom did? She told me to get some lanolin, and I'm glad she did. Still, nothing can prepare you for the fact that like those cute boobs that you had during pregnancy, they were all nice and juicy, and you're like, oh my goodness, hormones popping, skin is glowing, you're just looking good. Yeah, so after you have that kid, those boobs that you thought you had, they're kind of gonna like get crazy filled up with milk, and then when they're done, and they're just gonna be looking like, yeah, just like that. Just like that. Like, do you be like, yo, what happened? Look in the mirror, and the body that you had before is changing. Things are being stretched. Your organs are literally being shifted to make room for this human being. And then the human being's gone. And shout out to my stepmom for telling me. She said, so I just want to let you know your insides are gonna feel jiggly. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's gonna just feel like jiggly jello, because they are falling back into place slowly but surely. You know, they got stretched out for almost, you know, people say pregnancy is 9 months, but technically it's 10. 40 weeks gestation is usually what you go for. I was 39 weeks and 4 days. And so nobody's like, yeah, you know, I mean, well, somebody did tell me, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Your insides are gonna feel like jello afterwards, like just jiggly jello. And all these different hormonal changes are going on, and you might not even, like, just keeping it 100, you might look in the mirror and just hate what you see. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to like look and be like, wow, like, this is what pregnancy did to my body. But at the same time, wear it with pride. Like, those tiger stripes that you got, stretch marks, all of that, you brought a beautiful human being into this world, and nobody else could have done it but you. I'm glad though that I do have a village around me of women that when these things did happen to me, I was like, what is this? Or why is it like this? Or how come you didn't let me know? And you know, we can have good laughs about it and kind of talk about it. And it doesn't happen to everybody. You know, women have kids all the time and they don't tear at all, and they're just awesome like that. They don't got to worry about, you know, caring for themselves after that. Or some women have a C-section, so they don't even know what it's like to push your kid out of their hoo-ha. So, you know, a shout out to Justin. He was and is a great husband. He definitely helped me through a lot of things. And he helped for the stuff that even some people might have been like, I don't really care for anybody. No, I needed the help. He came in clutch about that. If you're pregnant, I'm not trying to discourage you. Like, no. I'm just trying to keep it real, put it out there, and have a good laugh. I mean, it's real. This is life. Let's just deal with it. Let's talk about it. Let's normalize it instead of just tiptoeing around it, because you can't tiptoe around when it's happening to you. Hopefully you guys liked our first Mommy and Me chat. Hopefully we can have some more Mommy and Me chats, have some more good laughs. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll catch y'all later.